Raw denim and raw selvage denim jeans have long been associated with American and Japanese culture, but it doesn't just stop there. There are so many different new brands that are sourcing materials from artisanal craftsmen all over the world that all have their distinct look, their distinct feel, their own traditional way of manufacturing clothing, and their own standards of luxury. And this is what elevates the raw denim jean and the raw selvage denim scene to a new level. The American fashion industry and the Japanese fashion industry are not the only two that are keeping raw selvage denim alive, but now more so than ever, we have the Italians creating this eco-sustainable, very clean, super luxury European style denim. We've got the Swedish that are proud in their minimalism and their very subtle approach to raw selvage denim. We've got the Indonesian culture that has been killing it in raw selvage denim recently. I mean, the fades that these guys have and the jeans that they manufacture are truly incredible. Every single country that has been dabbling in raw selvage denim or selvage denim goods in general imparts something distinct, imparts something individual, and is deep rooted in tradition of clothing manufacturing while imparting a modern touch and a modern feel into every single garment that they make. You've even got Chinese brands like Motive MFG that, for example, have created this incredible cotton and linen selvage denim that is literally one of my favorite pants that I've ever owned. And it does not just stop there. You have so many other brands that bring about their own ethos, their own methods of manufacturing. But today I wanted to talk about a brand that I talk about a lot on the channel that recently picked up something very new and is a little unfamiliar to the raw denim community, but is a pleasant and welcome surprise. And the brand in question is Left Field NYC, which is one of the best American-made raw selvage denim companies that you can buy from. And basically what they do over at Left Field is they purchase fabrics and fibers from all over the world of the highest tier of luxury, and they manufacture them right here in the United States. So you're getting an American-made garment with exotic and luxury materials, bringing together the best of both worlds. Left Field is a sort of melting pot because they use a lot of different fabrics from Thailand, from Japan, from Ireland, from Scotland, from Europe, wherever, and they manufacture them right here in the United States, which is very synonymous with the idea of what a melting pot is, which makes a lot of sense because the brand was born right here in New York. But anyways, recently they started dabbling into fabrics that the raw selvage denim game has not really seen all that much before in previous collections, previous raw denim drops, and it's something that really impressed me about them. Left Field NYC is known for taking risks and known for creating some very interesting raw selvage denim jeans utilizing some of the most exotic materials in the world. And basically today we're going to dive into the Left Field NYC smokestack 12-ounce handloom Khadi denim, which is this beautiful natural indigo fabric that stems from traditional artisanal craftsmanship in India. And I have to say, guys, these look even better in person than they do on the site. The color is just absolutely masterful. The slub, the indigo dye, the texture, the feel. I mean, everything about this denim is so special. But why don't we talk about what Khadi denim is real quick before we dive into the details of these jeans? Basically, India has long been known to make some of the most gorgeous hand-loomed, hand-woven, hand-spun fabrics in the world, and have long-stemming lines of generations and generations of weavers, hand dyers, cutters, clothing makers, all of the above. And one of the most beautiful fabrics that they make is what is called Khadi. And basically, Khadi is a hand weaving technique that is not just necessarily for denim fabric, but it is used for a lot of different fabrics as well. But essentially what Khadi denim is it essentially uses this hand spinning method where they take the raw cotton and they actually spin it by hand with as minimal machinery and technology as possible to create this truly intricate and complex slubby texture to the fabric, which all stems from the varying thicknesses in yarn that the hand weaving imparts. And then from the spun raw cotton, it is actually hand dyed. In this case with the Left Field jeans, they are actually hand dyed in indigo. And for those who don't know, India actually kind of started the way that we use natural indigo for clothing dyeing, which not a lot of people really know about. And the thing with natural indigo and Khadi denim in general is that it provides a very irregular dyeing pattern, which is why specifically in indigo, you see all these different varying shades of blues within the finished fabric, which is something that I really love. And then from then on, the fabric is woven on a hand loom by an artisan. And this is what creates the super slubby fabric, because there is almost no super high-end modern technology or any interference from electronic devices or computerized machinery. It's just the way that clothing has been made for generations. And that's why I'm so enthused by Khadi denim, but I'm also so enthused by the fact that Left Field decided to go out of their way and use Khadi denim in general. I mean, Left Field has literally made the first Indian-made raw selvage denim in modern times that I know about. And that to me is so incredible. It's so interesting, especially considering the fact that I've been talking about how India is quite literally going to become men's fashion's new home in a couple of years. If you haven't checked that video out that I did on it a while back, definitely make sure to go check that out. But anyways, why don't we get right into the denim? So finally, we're introducing the Left Field Smokestack Handloom 12 ounce Natural Indigo Khadi denim. And basically the smokestack is their widest fit. It's a very heritage style inspired straight fit that's wide, but it's not too wide. So it's not necessarily like baggy, but it's definitely got some width to it. But on first glance, looking at this denim without even feeling it, I mean, you can essentially feel the texture just by sight. And not just that, but because of the slub, you can see the beautifully streaky nature that this denim has, as well as the gradation in blues. This is probably the second slubbiest, maybe even the first most slubby denim that I've ever owned. The only other one that I know about that comes remotely close to this is the Oni Biowash Kiwami denim, and that's not even available anymore. But these are definitely much softer than those Onis, especially for a denim that's hand loomed and as slubby as this. And dude, the natural indigo color of this is so beautiful. And for those who don't know, I've become a huge natural indigo denim head. I try not to buy raw denim that's not natural indigo anymore, just because I love the greenish kind of cast that it gives off, as well as that varying nature throughout the dyes that you could see here. And there's no wonder why this has become one of my favorite jeans. Now, for something that is as slubby as this denim is actually quite light. So it is a 12 ounce denim, but it feels a little bit more like a 10 ounce denim to me, to be honest, which I don't think is really that bad. It makes it perfect for warm weather climates. But I mean, you can pretty much wear this all the way up until probably the winter, maybe even in the winter if you wanted to. But it is significantly lighter than it looks, which is really interesting. So looking at the front of the jean, you will actually notice, which is one of my favorite details about Left Field NYC, is that they actually manufacture all their jeans with tucked in belt loops, which you really don't see in a lot of other brands, because this is more of a modern detail that provides a lot more durability, a lot more strength to the belt loop itself, which just speaks volumes about the quality and the level that these Left Field NYC jeans are made on. You've also got these beautiful copper rivets on the front, and they're all branded with the Left Field NYC insignia. And one of my favorite things about this jean too is just how thick and sturdy the pocket bag is. It actually feels heavier weight than the face of the fabric itself. And this is because Left Field wants you to have these jeans for a long time. They want you to feel that durability. They want you to know that you can beat these up and that they're confident that they're gonna last no matter what you throw at them. You've also got a Selvedge ID hidden inside the coin pocket, and in specific, this Khadi denim has this very thick white Selvedge ID with no line, but we'll get to that a little later when we get to the hem. On the front fly, we have these Left Field NYC buttons that also have this kind of embellished kind of artwork, as well as this brand new pick and shovel detail that they have on the top fly button. And it's in that oxidized kind of copper, which I think is really cool because Left Field NYC has really been leaning into the green lately for their branding and for their brand identity. And that to me is something that really sets them apart. I love that they do that. And basically, from what I remember, Christian McCann over at Left Field NYC actually told me that these green buttonholes and the green stitching, just essentially all of this green stuff, is actually reminiscent of, I believe, 1940s to 1960s workwear that was very prevalent in those garments. And basically this is an ode or an homage to the way things were made back then in American culture. So you see that running throughout the entire fly, and I just love this new button that they're using. And then on the inside of the waistband, you actually have a chain stitch attachment on the bottom, but you also have the chain stitch running throughout the top of the waistband as well. And that's another thing that you really don't see in a lot of other raw selvage denim. I'm not entirely sure why this isn't more common, but I love the way that this looks, and it actually helps add a little bit of stretch to the waistband because the chain stitch does expand a touch, but it also provides this beautifully secure look as well as durability. And I love this detail about Left Field. Here on the inside, you have the Made in USA label, size 33. These are not vanity size, so make sure you know your size in raw denim. And again, another thing with Left Field NYC is they also probably have the cleanest construction of any quality raw denim that I've ever seen. I mean, on the inside, there's not a single loose thread. There's not a single unfinished seam. I mean, the inside of the jean literally looks just as good as the outside does. You've also got these hidden back pocket rivets, which are a standard in Left Field NYC jeans. I mean, even the front fly is finished with tremendous precision. As with all Left Field NYC jeans, there's no branding on the back pockets. It's just a beautifully constructed pocket with a little bit of like a shapely kind of silhouette to it, which I really like. I'm not really a fan of having things on my back pockets. I know some people do, but I love that Left Field NYC just lets the fabric and the construction of the jean speak for itself. You've got some beautiful puckering at the back yoke seam, which is gonna fade down gorgeously because this is a natural indigo denim. So this is gonna fade like raw denim because it is raw denim, but it's not going to give you anything super contrasty because it doesn't start off as dark, but it is gonna give you some wear and it is gonna deliver you a beautiful final product. Moving on to the inseam, this is probably my absolute favorite detail besides the tucked in belt loops that Left Field NYC does. And basically what this is on the inseam is a flat felled seam, which is the strongest seam that you could get, at least by my understanding, for a pair of raw denim jeans. And not a lot of brands do this because it's a lot more work and it's a lot more expensive to do. And it's a lot more difficult to do in general because essentially you have to lap the fabric over by itself and then you have to sew on top of it in a clean manner in order to deliver this really thick and burly seam that is really going to last you a long time. And I love that Left Field NYC has made this a standard not only on their raw denim, but also on their chinos, on their work pants, on all of their other pants as well. Now, as expected from all Left Field NYC jeans, they are chain stitched with this beautiful, probably the straightest stitch that I've ever seen on raw denim. And I say that literally every single Left Field video because they quite simply just have the best chain stitch to me, hands down. I mean, there's no doubt about it. This is one of the cleanest chain stitches that I've ever seen. And again, just further shows the love and passion that Left Field NYC has for raw denim. Now, again, we have this super thick white line Selvedge ID that is not only thick in color, but it is also thick in fabric and texture. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a Selvedge ID quite like this. This is very interesting and in my opinion, very visually pleasing when you cuff it up. This is reminiscent of basically the 1890s and early 1900s raw Selvedge denim from Levi's. You really don't see anything like this anymore at all. I really love the way that this white line Selvedge ID looks. All in all, these jeans are packed with detail, not just from the construction, but all the way down to the fabric, the cotton, the spinning, as well as the artisanal Indian tradition behind it. And this is a pair of jeans that just furthers my hypothesis that India is eventually going to become men's fashion's new home. And I, for one, can't wait to see that happen and can't wait to see how they elevate menswear to a luxury level, utilizing their own traditional methods. But yeah, all in all, this raw denim jean is complemented by its heritage-inspired fit. It's a very wide, straight fit, but it's not baggy, it's not sloppy, it still follows the contours of the body. So it is on the wider side of heritage style fits, which I think is a great entry level when you want to start getting into wider denim. And this one is just super easy to wear with so many different silhouettes, whether you want to dress it up, dress it down, whatever you want to do. The smokestack Left Field NYC fit is one of my favorite raw denim fits ever. So yeah guys, make sure to go check out the Left Field NYC Handloom Khadi denim in the natural indigo on the Left Field NYC website. I promise you, you will love these jeans. Definitely make sure to check out the size chart though, because as I said before, Left Field NYC is not vanity sized, so make sure you know your measurements. But yeah guys, Left Field NYC not only provides some of the best raw denim on the market, but they also provide some of the best clothes in general, from sweaters to jackets to chino pants, all different types of stuff. And I promise you, with Left Field NYC, you will not be disappointed. But anyways guys, thank you so much on the love on the past couple of videos. This past month was crazy. Y'all really showed out. Y'all really showed so much love and I could not be more appreciative of you guys. We are so close to hitting that 10K sub mark and I've got a pretty good idea for what I want to do when we're going to celebrate. But anyways, I don't want to say too much guys, but if there's anything that you want to see, definitely let me know down in the comments. If there's anything related to raw denim or men's fashion that you want me to comment on, definitely let me know. I always love hearing from you guys and I always love the ideas. And I can't wait to see what ideas you guys got for me. But anyways, with that being said, thank you guys again and I'll see you next week.